Hello guys, it is Drew here. I'm here to make my video for the week for budgeting, my budgeting check-in for January, the first week. So I'd like you to join me all in my beautiful planner, and I want to say thank you right off the bat. Thank you so much for my subscribers who are continuing to grow and leave comments and great feedback as well. I think I've got the setup a lot better than it has been. I'm still continually stacking them on top of books as well. So thank you for Veronica for commenting and like helping me with that, and for everybody else who continues to join. I really appreciate you and thank you for spending your time with me. I am a little bit awkward today, but we're just going to go with that. And I also want to thank my subscribers as well who have continually been coming back and watching my channel. I really appreciate that. I think I'm just going to turn off the fan for now because it makes a really weird sound and I definitely do not want to disturb you guys, so let's do that. Okay, so this is my first kind of check-in for January. It's also something that I'm starting to do, so I'm not sure how it's going to go like every month, but I guess I'll work that out as well. So I thought that I would start with the goal page and check in at week 1, like where I'm at in terms of goals. So the main like top goal, I guess, and task related goal was to have like an extra, like earn an extra 100 on top of my variable sinkings and saving funds. So I have made 55 this week, but I also spent that on takeaway. I have had a very weird mental health week and feeling quite sick as well, so I was like, that's fine, like that's fine. And I will be most likely getting some more money tomorrow from another sale, and that's at 55, but there's postage as well included in that, so I have 45. So I technically would say that I have earned that, but I'm going to leave it till the end of the month to see if I can reach my full manifestation goal of 150 and like make sure that the rest of whatever comes in this month is put into the categories that actually require extra money. So when that comes through, I have broken it down. I will be putting 20 into electricity, 20 into my budgeting binder until I figure out exactly like what I really need that for, and also 5 for insurance. I say putting it into my budgeting because I don't know what's going to come up during the month, and if I need it for emergencies or something like that, it'd be nice to have something in emergencies because I haven't technically started that filling that envelope up yet. We'll see. It may just go towards paying people back, or as in like putting towards my share of the washing machine, especially if I earn some extra, that's also going to go towards putting some for the washing machine. So by putting the extra 20 into electricity, I will have also met my goals of being 150 ahead of bills. So hopefully by the end of the month, I will be ready for the next cycle. Sorry, this current cycle coming up with the extra bills coming in. I have started my channel. I've been on YouTube for about a month now, I think it is. So my goal's going pretty well. I don't start sponsoring the Mup and Pogs until the end of the month because it requires both my partner and I putting in the money, and I budgeted for later in the month. I haven't had any rollover income yet, so I'm not too worried about that, and I have been working a lot with journaling and working on the mental health side of finances and whatnot. So kind of working with financial trauma and doing some of that work as well. In terms of these goals, I haven't really started any of them yet. I sort of started tracking the exchange rates and then I forgot. Um, my mental health kind of works like that, where I just sort of have like a running priority list, and that was just kind of in the background. So that will be improved next week. And in terms of the looking ahead, I know that I will be getting printer ink. I know that Amazon returns in February, and I will already be okay with that because I'll be ahead. And I did save up the money that I needed for the birthday. So those are good goals. I'm still working on launch and still working on finding out what payments I need for an LLC. I think that'll probably be like next week or the week after, where I like have a day where I do the research and then make the business budget for that. And then this is just kind of an extra if I have leftover, where I wanted to put some money towards my birthday gift for myself, which is kind of like a wrist wallet cash envelope, which I think would be really handy when I go overseas. So if I have extra in the month, I would like to put it towards slowly, progressively saving up for that birthday gift. So that's what my intentions are. So not too bad for the first week of January. You'll probably hear me talk a lot about my attempts to change my takeaway eating habits and whatnot. That's a process I think I'm going through, because I'm also changing it to sort of work with my endocrine system issues. So, and I've been in resistance for that for quite some time. And also, I am very much an emotional eater, and if I do feel like I need something, I tend to do that. But it's a habit that I'm slowly breaking down. So I'm getting there, very much getting there. Okay, so in terms of the full spread, I decided to mark the no spend days this month, but I have categorized no spend as days that don't sort of like include things that are already coming out. So it's okay if I have a no day spend, but one of my subscription comes out, because that's already like variable but also fixed income, so I'm not spending extra. So those are the days that I haven't actually spent above what I'd already budgeted for. So far I'm doing quite well for the week. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days out of 7. It's not too bad. On the 5th and the 7th, you will see when I turn over and do my expenses that I did spend on takeaway and extra food, or anything that I thought that I might need because of feeling unwell as well. So I'm doing pretty well with that. So we have paid Patreon, we've paid Ira's Patreon, and we've paid Kindle Unlimited. And I also went ahead and paid my Optus bill as well, early, which was nice, because that's also something that sort of I like to get ahead of if I can, because if it's 4 days overdue, I end up getting charged an extra 20, so I always like to be ahead of that. So those things are covered, and we are starting Saturday tomorrow, so I'm doing pretty well, I think. So in terms of these goals, which are pretty much akin to what's in my other goals, now I did unstuff and put 30 into electricity for the ahead, but I'm not going to mark that off until I've made the extra to put into my bank account, which means I'll have like 60 ahead, which will be really helpful in terms of like this pay, rather this cycle and next cycle, because electricity and gas are the more expensive things, especially coming towards wintertime. And yeah, so I'm on my way to earning an extra 100, so that's nice, and I will update this when everything gets paid. Okay, so here is my monthly budget. I've broken it down into the two payments that I will be getting during the month, which will be the 12th and the 26th. So I got an extra pay in December, and that helped to put a lot of this ahead by a month, which is really helpful as well, because April I may need a little bit extra, and December I may need a little bit extra when I go overseas, or to be like 1 month ahead when I go overseas, so I don't have to worry about that. So the way everything's budgeted out and getting the, I think I get another like sort of golden month-ish paycheck as well at the middle of the year. In the middle of the year, it will mean that I will have like the month I return and sort of part of the month that I won't get paid covered as well already, so I'll be ahead of that. So that's something I do not have to worry about. But in doing that, I was able to put some of the fixed subscription and mobile related stuff ahead. So I have covered my Kindle, Patreon, and Optus as reflected in my calendar. So the next pay date will be the 12th, and I will be covering the services for February. So I'll be ahead of that, putting money towards my water bill, which is $80, and I have a date night coming up, which was budgeted for in December for spending time with my partner, which is like usually a pizza and a movie night, sort of uninterrupted by anything else. So that will be happening on the 15th, but it will be coming out on the 12th. So nothing has come out there yet. This is all the same. I'm not going to adjust this at all because I'm pretty sure that's everything I need to pay for this month. If I get extra, I will list it. If anything else comes up that I need to try and make a bit of money for, I can list it in pencil. But these are the things that are coming out. So the second second paycheck is going to be the one where everything mostly comes out, and then the next one is a bit more expensive. So even though I'm getting more, it'll be more expensive because I'm paying for my services ahead and bills and stuff in the first paycheck. So nothing's come out of that, but that will come out next week, so we can update that. And then lastly, my expenses. It reflects the Patreon, Kindle, and Optus that have come out, and also I decided to list things where, oh sorry if I'm not in frame. I've decided to list things where they're over budget, where I've gone over budget and spent if I've earned extra. And I have spent a little bit extra this week on 2 takeaways, and I did get something last night because I needed to get milk because I forgot milk and I just wasn't in the right headspace to go outside. So I ended up getting some milk, but it got damaged, so I'm getting a refund for that. And that will be nice because that can be extra money to spend on more groceries as well. And yeah, so I've had a pretty decent week, still adjusting, still getting better at the making sure that I'm putting some money towards everything and making sure I'm taking care of my health. But yes, I want to spend the next couple of weeks, now that the first week of January is done, and I'm a little bit more in a better mental headspace to make sure that any extra money coming in is going towards things that I need to pay back and cover as well, which will make me very happy. And so in terms of my little manifestation, so I have made about 100 by tomorrow, which means only 50 left to go for that. If I make any more, that would be great, but I'll be very happy if I make 150 by the end of the month, because that will help me to get ahead in a few more things as well. So that is my budget wrap up and check in for the week. If this worked for you, let me know. If you would like me to try and find a way to get closer or hold this planner up, let me know. I'm still figuring out whether I can zoom in or zoom out, but I do know with the editing software that I have, you can sort of get a little bit closer as well, so I'll figure out how to do that. But if this is fine for you and you are able to enjoy this video, also let me know. And I cannot wait to check in with you next week. So we have a few videos coming in next week. I do not have my planner at the moment, but I will also leave what I'm planning on filming at the end of the video, as I did last video. I know there's going to be a cash stuffing, a look at how I like budget for my grocery, being a solo person, and also trying to budget for my health. And there is going to be a sort of new series that I'm going to bring where it's going to be talking about more of my life and a bit more of like how I got to where I am, some of what like my triggers and stuff are, and probably introduce a little bit of my debt story and what I'm working on to pay off the debt that I do have, because I do have debt also coming out every month, but it's a fixed amount and I don't necessarily work it into my budget because it comes out and I don't think about it. But I want to start working on looking at it instead of just kind of letting it deal with itself, because I think that in itself is an anxiety. And I'm not too far off having it paid. I think it will be paid in the next 3 years or so, and that will be one of my student loans, and then I will start paying off the bigger one when I have an income that can support that. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think this year's going to be good with that. I know that you can put a little bit more onto it, so that might be something that I look at doing, putting or asking them to up it to like 40 or something, or 40 or 50 each payday. I'm not sure, we'll see how it goes, but at the moment I'm pretty content and happy to just be paying it off, and that being decreased as the year goes by. So that is it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I cannot wait to see you next week, and have a fantastic budget. Bye guys.